Welcome back to my channel, guys. So in this video we are going to be making this beautiful waistcoat. Okay, so I used Ankara and plain for this. If you are interested, then kindly keep on watching. So this is what I'm going to be using for the back bodies. Okay, and I have it on fold already. So the first thing to do is to mark out the neck. So I'm marking out 3 inches for the width, and then I'll go right ahead to mark out 1 inch for the depth, and then I will join the curve. Right after that, I will mark out my back measurement. Okay, my back is 15 inches, so I marked out 7.5 inches right there. Okay, and then right on that spot, I'm going to come down by 1 inch. Okay, and then I will connect it to the edge of that neck that we marked out earlier. So that is going to give us our shoulder slant at this point. Right after that, I'll go right ahead to mark out the entire length that I need for my waistcoat. All right, so right now I'm marking out the bust point. I'm going to join that with a ruler. All right, and then I'll proceed to mark out the armhole measurement. All right, I connected it to the bust point measurement that I marked earlier. All right, so I'm going to get the midpoint of that line. I will make a mark right there, and then I will mark out 0.5 inch inwards. So I'm going to be connecting I'll mark out my bust measurements as well. All right, so I'm going to be connecting the 3 points with my curve at this point. So simply go right ahead and do the same thing on your fabric as well. So we are connecting all the 3 points now to give us the perfect armhole shape. Right after that, the entire length is what I'll be marking right now. So my waist measurement, my waist length is 16 inches, but I added 1 inch, which is 17 inches, and then I added extra 1 inch for the sewing allowance. I hope you understand. So after that, I'm marking out the dart line now, which is my nipple to nipple divided by 2. So I used 4 inches, and then I marked out 0.5 on both sides to get my dart legs. Okay, simply do the same thing on your fabric, and please do not forget to give this video a thumbs up. Kindly subscribe to my channel and share with your friends. So I'll be marking out my waist measurement now. All right, so I marked out my waist measurement divided by 4, then I added the 1 inch for the dart leg. Okay, so that is what I'm marking right now, and then right after that I'll go right ahead to add extra 1 inch sewing allowance to both the bust and the waist. Okay, so both the bust and the waist. So this is for our sewing allowance, and with that the back pattern is set. Okay, so I'll go right ahead to cut out this now, and then we'll move over to the front. So after cutting the back, I move over to the front. So this is what I have for the front. I have 2 different fabrics, one plain and one Ankara. Okay, so the mid part of it is going to be open, and that is why I'm marking out 1.5 inch all around. This is going to be for our zipper allowance, because this waistcoat has a zipper in front. Okay, I hope you do understand. So you have to have extra length for the front because it's going to be longer than the back. So I placed the back right on that line. Okay, and then I marked out my neck width, which is 3 inches, and then for the neck depth I'm going to be marking 7 inches. Okay, we've removed 1 inch from the back pattern, so that is why I have 1 inch out of the back length. Okay, so I marked out 7 inches right there, and then with my ruler I'm going to make a gentle V curve. Okay, right there. For whatever shape you want is fine. You can use a straight V or you can use a curved V, just like this. Okay, so this is what I have at the end of it all. All right, so I'll be moving over to the length now, because this waistcoat has a stylish V in front. So I'm going to be adding extra 4 inches, okay, to the entire length of this waistcoat. You can see this is what I have. So after getting that length, I'm going to divide what I have on the entire waist width and divide it by 2. Okay, and then I'm going to make that mark on the new line that I just made for the extra length in front. Okay, so I'm going to make a mark right there to give me the midpoint of this. Okay, and then I'm going to with my ruler I'm going to form a V from the mid part of the fabric to the V, and then from the other side to the V. But for the other side, I'm going to mark out 1 inch, okay, because I don't want it to enter my sewing allowance. Okay, so from that point, I'm going to join it to the new point to give me the V in front. I hope you do understand. Just watch what I'm doing in the part in the video and follow it through, and then with that we are done with the front pattern as well. Okay, so I'm going to go right ahead to cut out what I have right now. So simply do the same thing, and please do not forget to give this video a thumbs up. Please subscribe to my channel and share with your friends so others can get to see it. Okay, so go right ahead and cut out what you have. All right, and then we'll move on in the tutorial. So this is what I have now. I've gone right ahead to cut the lining as well. All right, so I've cut out the pattern and then I went right ahead to cut the lining. So this is what I have now. Okay, so what we are going to do now is start the sewing process. All right, so we'll be starting with the back first, of course, and the first thing I'm going to do is to make a notch, okay, on both the lining and the fabric for the darts. Okay, and I've gone right ahead to take the darts, as you can see, on both the lining and the fabric. So I'll go right ahead to iron it, and then I will set that aside and move over to the front. Okay, so the same thing that I did for the back, I'm going to be doing for the front. Okay, so for the front fabric, I'm going to also place the lining, and then I'm going to do the darts just like you've seen. Okay, I've done the darts for both the fabric and the lining now, so I will go right ahead to iron, and then we'll move on in the tutorial. Okay guys, so for this part now, we are going to be stitching the neck and the hem of this jacket. Okay, so we are going to also be stitching the armhole. Okay, so the neck, the armhole, and the lower part. You can see that I left the sides open. Okay, so and the shoulder too is also open. So I will go right ahead to notch all the stitching. Okay, and then I will iron it and set it aside, and then we'll be working on the front bodies. So after notching it, I'll flip it over to the right side, as you can see. Okay, and then I'll go right ahead to iron it. So moving on, we are going to be doing the same thing for the front bodies. Okay, so I'm going to be turning the neck, the armhole, and then the lower part. Okay, I'll also leave the sides open just like we did for the back. All right, so simply go right ahead and do the same thing on your own fabric as well, and please do not forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. So this is done. This is what I have, okay, for the turning of both the front and the back, and I've ironed it. So the next thing to do is to place the front and the back together, right side facing right side. Okay, and you can see that the sides are still open too for both the front and the back. So what we'll be doing now is to join the shoulder. Okay, so I'm going to put my hand into the fabric, okay, just as you are seeing me do. Okay, and then I'm going to pick the shoulders of the front. Okay, with the, you are going to be sewing it lining to lining, fabric to fabric. Okay, so I'm going to pull it out from the side. If you don't understand, just watch what I'm doing. Okay, and then I'm going to place it, arrange it well, and pin it. It's going to be fabric to fabric and lining to lining if you place it well. Okay, so you can see what I'm doing. So I'm going to arrange it well, and then I will pin it, and then I'm going to be sewing right across with 0.5. okay, all right, so this is what is going to look like, and then you're going to run a stitch on it. Okay, so let me do that and show you what I have. So this is what you can see, how beautiful it is both inside and outside. I've done both sides. All right, so the next thing that I'm going to be doing now is to also join the side. Okay, so I'm going to place the fabric again. Okay, I'm going to place it together as you can see me do. Okay, just go right ahead and do the same thing, and then we'll be working on the sides at this part. So right now I'm arranging the sides. You can see that I have equal length on both sides. Okay, just make sure you arrange the sides very well, as you can see me do. Okay, and then I'm going to be picking I'm going to be opening up and picking the fabric to fabric and lining to lining. Okay, just watch really closely what I'm doing at this part. Okay, fabric to fabric, lining to lining. So from the other open side, I'm going to bring everything all out. Okay, inside out. Just watch what I'm doing very closely. Okay, so I'm going to then pin the lining to lining and the fabric to fabric. Okay, I hope you understand what I'm trying to do here. Just watch really closely, you will understand what I'm doing. Okay, so after pinning it, I'm going to run we added 1 inch sewing allowance. Okay, so I'm going to be sewing with that 1 inch. I'm going to be sewing it round. Okay, so this is what I have. If you are sure of your measurements, you can cut off the excess. All right, but if you are not sure, you can leave it there for further alteration after fitting. So this is what I have. You can see that it is neat both inside and outside. Okay, this is what I have. All right, so this part is done. I will move over to the other side. I will iron it well and move over to the other side now. Okay, so we are going to be doing the same thing. Place the fabrics together and then you pick both lining and lining to lining, fabric to fabric, and then you bring it out inside out. Okay, because the other open zipper part is still open, so you can bring everything all out inside out, and then you pin the fabric to fabric, lining to lining, and then you sew with 1 inch sewing allowance all around like we did before. Okay, so after doing that, you can either cut off the excess or you leave it like that. All right guys, so that is done now. The next thing to do now is to fix our zipper. Okay, so the open part for the zipper, you can stitch it, you can turn it in, or you can weave it. Okay, so the next thing to do is to fix our zipper. So this is the kind of zipper that can open all the way up. Okay, so I will measure out what I need and then I will be cutting out the excess. So I'm going to fix this and then you will see what we have. So this is the end result. Kindly give this video a thumbs up and please subscribe to my channel. See you some other time. Bye.